Hello, I'm Shawn Howerton. I'm a survivor of 25 years of narcissistic abuse. I'm a spiritual advocate, an educator, a feminine essence champion, and I help women over 40 to rebuild their self-esteem and find love after toxic relationships. Today I want to start with part 1 of my series on how I would have done things differently if only I had known. So let's start with when you're in the marriage and you start suspecting that there's something wrong with this person. You don't know what it is. You can't put your finger on it, but you can't connect. There seems to be a lack of empathy there. There's always competition. There's a lot of lying. And then the shoe really drops and you find out they're cheating. You keep wondering, what happened? What happened to the person that you married? What happened to the person that you thought that they were? Ladies, that person doesn't exist. That person doesn't exist. They're a new person with every new person that they're with. They're a new person with every new job. They act a certain way around their family. They act a certain way around certain friends. They act a certain way around mom and dad. They act a certain way. They don't even know who they are. And if you're seeing these patterns where they act different in different situations and around different people, and they don't even know who they are. They have no idea. And the thing I want to emphasize to you the most is the older they get, the worse they get. They don't get better. They just get worse. And the more understanding you are, and the more you try, and the more you try to forgive, and the more you try to connect, the less they're going to respect you. The less they see you as a person. They just want to take advantage of you. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. They want you to be the housemaid. They want you to raise their kids. They want you to be the whore in the bedroom. But they want to travel and do their own thing. They want a wife that's really stupid, who's not going to ask or inquire about anything, who doesn't demand anything, who's happy with whatever breadcrumbing they give you. Hey, if I get caught on the dating app, I'm going to buy you a Porsche. Or I'm going to take you on this vacation. Or I'm going to bring you home a little friend, but I'm going to deny that I did it. I'm going to treat you in such a way that makes you feel as if you do not count and you do not matter. And you're going to take it and you're going to shut up. Ladies, I don't know about for you, but for me, what kept me in my marriage and what scared me so much was that I didn't know if I could do it on my own. I was really scared because they're very controlling. They control everything. They control all of the money. They control everything that happens as far as decisions being made, as far as cars, vacations, retirement. They control it all, and they do that on purpose. Mine wasn't open to hear anything that I had to say. It did not matter what it was. And it was always an argument or a fight if I wanted to invest in something different than him, if I wanted to buy something different than him, if I thought we should make a different financial decision, if I wanted to be included on financial decisions. I was told very clearly that it was really none of your business. And I'm going to make you pay for trying to get in the business. Because they don't consider you a partner. You're not their partner. You are beneath them. They make that very, very clear. You are not as smart as them. You do not make as much money as them. You do not matter. You're not even important when it comes to being the mother of your children. You do not deserve their respect. They will take care of whatever disciplinary action needs to be taken care of. If you go to implement a rule, they will override your rule because you are to be looked at as nothing. And they do that on purpose. And I know when you're in it, you're thinking, is this real? Surely this isn't real. Surely this person isn't treating me like this. This can't be happening. It's so beyond the scope of normalcy. But it is. It's happening. And I wish someone had said to me, all your worst fears about this person, all your gut feelings, They're all right. They're all 100% correct. Because I kept saying, this can't be right. This can't be the same man that I married. This can't be this sweet, kind of nerdy, techie, quiet, Baptist boy. But guess what? He was never that either. That's why they take on different personalities depending on who they're with. He would resort into being this little boy around his parents. And then he was very socially awkward in public with other people. And then he started putting on this persona like he was somebody he wasn't, and getting a little cocky. It was bizarre. It was like you never knew who you were going to get. And the older they get, the more they get at perfecting whatever persona they want to become. And they're not that person either. They don't know who they are, right? That's why under different circumstances, depending on what those circumstances are, they act differently. They could be seen as being better. They could be seen as being kind of losing it. They could be seen as kind of childlike. They can be seen as, I don't know. They don't know who they are. And one of the things they can't stand about you is that you do know who you are and you're confident in who you are. And they can't stand that. They want to tear that apart. If you're married to a narcissist, if you're unsure if you're married to a narcissist, guess what? You're probably married to a narcissist. If you suspect that you're married to a narcissist, you're probably married to a narcissist. If you're pulling up these videos and you're learning about gaslighting and you're learning about cheating and you're learning about Jekyll and Hyde and you're learning about they're always your competitor, never your partner, and you're learning about, word salad and I don't even know, just the most bizarre behavior that you could even imagine, throwing your past up in your face, being unempathetic, not caring if you're hurting or sick. Ladies, you're married to a narcissist or you're dating a narcissist. I know it's hard to believe, you don't want to believe it, but you are, if you suspect it, 9 times out of 10, you are. And if you're in a situation like I am, like I was, and you don't know what to do financially, ladies, make an escape plan. Just do it. Figure it out. Get a hold of whatever you can. Find out where the money is. Make a plan. If you've got parents that you can still count on, then confide in them and hopefully they will listen to you. If not, and you've got a trusted friend, great. And if not, then you're just going to have to do it on your own. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. And the narcissist is going to go do one of two things. He's either going to love bomb you, make all these promises, I'm going to change, I'm going to do this. Mine was going to help my mom out money financially. He was going to change his religion because I was Catholic and we'd been married for 20-something years and he hadn't, so he wanted to do that for me. He was going to help cooking in the kitchen. He was going to do this, he was going to do that. I don't know. It was like a lot of stuff. I don't know. It was kind of silly stuff, but it was stuff that he did it. Zero. Zitch. Nothing. Okay? And any little bit that he did do at the end of the marriage, I made him do it. Ladies, you will never do anything right. You will never, ever satisfy this person. They will continue to take away your youth. They will take away your feeling of being worthy. They will destroy your relationship with your children because they're teaching your kids that you're not worthy. You will turn inward on yourself. You will do things that you are not proud of. You will say things that you are not proud of. And that's giving them ammunition to use against you. And believe me, they will. They will stop at nothing to tear you apart. And when I was reading about narcissism and I read about the discard, right? And how they turn into these really just evil, vindictive people. And I read about the hiding of the money and the recording conversations and just the horrible treatment of the way they would talk to you and lawsuits. And I didn't believe it. Believe it, ladies. Believe it. Think of the worst case possible scenario, and he's going to do it. And it's going to be so far from this man that you married to the man that you divorce, your head is going to explode. But if you're better prepared for it, if you just believe it, and if it turns out to be wrong, which it won't, but if it turns out to be wrong, then yay, you prepared yourself for something that didn't happen. But if it turns out to be right, you are going to be that much further ahead than most of us women who just still believed that there was some good in this man, this partner that you had children with and built a life with together, and there wasn't. There's nothing good in these people. And if whoever you're leaving or divorcing, or they're divorcing you, or whatever the case may be, if they're wealthy, that's all they've got. They have nothing else because they are nothing else. But that money, that power, they will use that till the nth degree. And I feel sorry for you ladies that are with men like that, because I was with a man like that. And if he lost his job and he lost everything he had, he'd be nothing. Nothing. He has no integrity. He's built nothing. He's done nothing for anyone. All he's done, he has just a whole line of destruction. As a matter of fact, his last job he got fired from. He has nothing to offer anyone but some cash. I know that you want to make the relationship work. I know that you feel as if you should be in it for the long haul. I know that you have family and friends and religion and you made wedding vows and all of those things. Please, these mean nothing. They mean nothing. Nothing. You don't owe anyone anything who did not treat you the way you should be treated. You owe them nothing. And don't let them make you feel guilty, and don't let them make you feel bad. Because if he truly loved you and he cared about you, he would have never treated you the way he treated you. If you value something and you're afraid you might lose it, you don't do anything that might cause you to lose it. He doesn't love you. I don't care what he says to you, he does not. He will never love anyone. And you know how I know that? Because if he doesn't love the mother of his children, if he's willing to lie and cheat and put you down and sometimes physically hurt you and ignore you, he will love no one because he's not a good person. And I know that's really hard to accept. And it won't be easy. You're going to have some really dark days. But I want you to think about the price that you're going to pay year after year of living with this person. How much older you're going to get. How much more broken you're going to get. How much your health is just going to deteriorate after being with this person. Do you know how many women I've met who've ended up with different types of cancers, or they're so broken by PTSD or complex PTSD, they can't function. And many of them, they're not here anymore because they couldn't take the fact that we as women, we give up so much for our children and our homes and our husbands. And when they do that to you, You have lost your purpose. You have lost your, quite honestly, your investment that you put out there into the world. Oftentimes your kids don't talk to you again. Oftentimes you've lost a lot of financial assets. And you've given up so much of yourself to support them. But each year that goes by, that you stay, that's more and more of yourself that you're giving them. I wish there was something that I could say that would make it easier for you. I wish there was something that I could say that would take the pain away. I wish there was something that I could say or do to lift the fog so that you could see what I see from where I'm sitting now. I wish there was some way for me to bring that to you where you are now. I wish someone had been able to do that for me. But all I can do is tell you my experience, my truth, and how I would have done things differently. And I couldn't find anybody to do that. I searched and could find no one to say, hey, if you're here and you want to get here, this is what you need to think about. This is what you need to do. I didn't know what to do. All I knew when I filed, I was just done. I had gone over a girlfriend's house and we were talking and I broke down. And she said, how can you let this man continue to treat you like this? And a light bulb went off. And I thought, I can't do this anymore. I won't. And I filed. That's when you get to the point where you know that if you don't do something, you're just going to be so broken, you're never going to come back. And that was just the beginning of it. That was just the beginning of the horrible ride that I was in for. But I knew I'd had enough. But looking back, I would have planned. Don't let yourself get to the point where you go, I have to get out. I'm done. I have to leave. Whether it's for your safety, whether it's that he's just treating you so badly, or whether you yourself just can't do it anymore, don't let yourself get to that point. So many women, it's like the icing on the cake or the last straw. That happens and then they cut. But you just want out of that situation, and you know that at that moment you're feeling strong. So you know if you don't do it then, you might not do it. And that feeling of strength is like a roller coaster. It comes and goes. You need to find your person. You need to find somebody that's going to stick with you when you start hitting those lows and you're doubting yourself, to help you remember all the things, all the reasons you're doing what you're doing, and journal, write them down, read them and reread them and read them. Remind yourself as to why you need to get out of this, why you're leaving this person, why you filed for divorce. Because most of the time you're going through it and they're either love bombing you or they're blaming you, and you start backtracking. And then when you start backtracking, you know what they do? They head for the hills. They're like, oh, I got her. She's coming back now. And you're like, well, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I made a mistake. And then they're oh yeah, you did make a mistake. Vomiting all over you as you're laying on the ground crying. They love that. Don't do that, please. Oh God Almighty. If the last thing I do is help women not to do that, to save your self-respect, to stay strong, then I've done something really good. I've given back into this world and saved some pain and some heartache. So, with that being said, that is one of the first of many that I'm going to do on a series of what I wish someone had told me. What I wish I knew then